first reading of this letter, I made sure my colleague was insane. But till that was proved beyond the possibility of doubt, I felt bound to do as he requested. The less I understood of this far ago, the less I was in a position to judge of its importance. And an appeal so worded could not be set aside without a grave responsibility. I rose accordingly from the table, got into a hansom, and drove straight to Jekyll's house. The butler was awaiting my arrival. He had just received by the same post as mine a registered letter of instruction, and had sent once for a locksmith and a carpenter. The tradesmen came while we were yet speaking, and we moved into a body to old Dr. Denman's surgical theater, from which, as you are doubtless aware, Jekyll's private cabinet is most conveniently entered. The door was very strong, the lock excellent. The carpenter found he would have great trouble and had to do much damage. If forced, we were to be used, and the locksmith was near despair. But this last was handy fellow, and after 2 hours' work, the door opened still. The press marked E was unlocked, and I took it out the drawer, had it filled up with straw, and tied in a sheet, and returned with it to Cavendish Square. Here I proceeded to examine its contents. The powders were neatly enough made up, but not with the nicety of the dispensing chemist, so that it was plain they were of Jekyll's private manufacture. And when I opened one of the wrappers, I found what seemed to me a simple crystalline salt of white color. The vial to which I next turned my attention might have been about half full of blood-red liquor, which was highly pungent to the sense of smell and seemed to me to contain phosphorus and some violet ether. At the other ingredients, I could make no guess. The book was ordinary version book, and contained little but series of dates. These covered a period of many years, but I observed that the entries ceased nearly a year ago, and quite abruptly. Here and there a brief remark was appended to date, usually no more than a single word, double, occurring perhaps 6 times in total, several hundred entries, and once very early in the list, and followed by several marks of exclamation. Total failure. All this thought I whetted my curiosity to let me that was defined. Here a vial of some tincture of paper, some salt, and a record of a series of experiments that had led, like too many of Jekyll's investigations, to end of practical usefulness. How could the presence of these articles in my house affect either the honor, the sanity, or the life of my flightly colleague? It was, if his messenger could go to one place, why could he not go to another? And even granting some impediment, why was this gentleman to be received by me in secret? The more I reflected, the more convinced I grew that I was dealing with a case of cerebral disease. Cerebral disease. Though I dismissed my servants to bed, I loaded an old revolver that I might be found in some posture. The more I reflected, the more convinced I grew that I was dealing with a case of cerebral disease. And though I dismissed my servants to bed, I loaded an old revolver that I might be found in some posture of self-defense. 12 o'clock had scarce rung out over London. Ere the knocker sounded very gently on the door. I went myself at summons and found a small man crouching against the pillars of the portico.
Are you come from Dr. Jekyll?
Yes.
Have you got it? Have you got it? Come, sir. You forget that I have not yet the pleasure of your acquaintance. Be seated, if you please.
I beg your pardon, Dr. Lanyon. What you say is very well followed, and my impatience has shown its heels to my politeness. I come here at the insane of your colleague, Dr. Henry Jekyll, on a piece of business from some moment, and I understood a drawer.
There it is, sir. Compose yourself.
Have you graduated glass?
Have you a graduated glass?
And now, to settle what remains, will you be wise? Will you be guided? Will you suffer me to take this glass in my hand and go forth from your house without further party, or has the greed of curiosity too much command of you? Think before you answer, for it shall be done as you decide. As you decide, you shall be left as you were before, and neither richer nor wiser, unless the sense of service rendered to a woman in mortal distress may be counted as a kind of riches of the soul. Or you shall so prefer to choose a new province of knowledge, and new avenues to fame and power shall be laid open to here. In this room, upon your sight, shall be lasted a prodigy to stagger the belief of Satan.
Sir, you speak enigmas, and you will perhaps not wonder that I hear you with not very strong impression of belief, but I have gone too far in the way of inexplicable services to pause before I see the end.
It is well, Lanyon, you remember your vows, what follows under the seal of our profession, and now, you who have so long been bound to the most narrow and material views, you who have denied the virtue of transcendent medicine, you have something your superiors behold. Pause.
Oh God! Oh God!
I loaded an old revolver that I might be found in some posture of self-defense. 12 o'clock had scarce rung out over London. Eerie the knocker sounded very gently on the door. I went myself at the summons and found a small man crouching against the pillars of the portico.
Wait, cut, because I have to go into Lanyon's. We have to go into Lanyon's office.
This is in his office.
Oh, never mind.
You were supposed to say, are you come for Dr. Jekyll? Yeah.
Guys, bloopers!
We have to put bloopers at the end of the movie.
We will. We'll definitely put bloopers because the bloopers won't count. Hey. Hey.
I need to cough again. You're joking. Wait, isn't Lizzie supposed to be over here?
Hey guys.
Upon the reading of this letter, I made sure.
Drake.
Upon the reading of... The more I reflected, the more convinced I grew that I was dealing with the case of cerebral disease, and though I dismissed my servants to bed,
I loaded an old revolver that I might be found in some posture of self-defense. 12 o'clock had scarce rung out over London. Cut. You have to go over there now.
Okay, no, I go over there. You stay over there.
I have some problems with me.
Well,
The seat is warm.
how do you even do this? I feel stupid. It's recording right now, right?
I'm ashamed. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Upon the reading of this letter, I made sure my colleague was insane. But till that was proved beyond the possibility of doubt, I felt bound to do as he requested. The less I understood of this far ago, the less I was in a position to judge of its importance. And an appeal so worded could not be set aside without a grave responsibility. I rose accordingly from table, got into a hansom, and drove straight to Jekyll's house. The butler was awaiting my arrival. He received by the same post as mine a registered letter of instruction, and had sent once for a locksmith and a carpenter. The tradesmen came while we were yet speaking, and we moved in a body to old Dr. Denman's surgical theater, from which, as you are...
So should I wear this shirt as the carpenter or the messenger?
As the messenger.
Okay, so I wear this
All of this. Okay, I come in when it said I rose accordingly, and then Valeria comes in when it says a tradesman. And then we walk when you're done.
You look so sad.
God, she's making me read.
And then we walk downstairs, and I take out the cabinet, and then you read all this while I'm looking at them. And then
There's 13 cents a day. You
go
can
to
sponsor a
this.
child in the horn.
and then right here, that's when I go.
Maybe someone should say action.
Yeah.
Action!
Oh, then you have to press
Is
it.
this
Oh.
a phone or?
Oh gosh.
Record it.
Just
Free action! Okay, seriously.
You're bad, kid.
Okay, ready? Lizzie, put the gun down. We're gonna start by you putting it in your hand. It got really hot in here again.
So I'm gonna take off my skirt. I'm just kidding.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, we can start.
Action.
Oh gosh.
Okay, action. I loaded an old revolver that I might be found in some posture of self-defense. 12 o'clock.
That was like this.
You're doing this on purpose.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done.
I'm trying to be a professional cameraman right here. Taking everything
Yeah, with that
seriously over here.
Wait, was I sitting down or was I standing up?
You were standing up.
Well,
Because our hair doesn't look, because